Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're jumping into some contemporary Hindi fiction. We're focusing on a really compelling novel, October Junction, by Divya Prakash Dubey.
That's right.
We've looked at reader reviews, some critical takes, and, really tried to get a handle on the story itself.
Yeah,
So, the mission for this deep dive, let's unpack what makes this book, well, unique.
exactly. We want to pull out the most important bits, the key insights about October Junction from all the sources, help you understand not just the plot, but why it hits home for so many readers.
Right, getting to those crucial details.
hmm
Okay, so let's get right into it. The book is October Junction, author Divya Prakash Dubey. It came out January 1st, 2019. Hind Yig Westland published it.
Got it.
Now, the premise, here's where it gets really interesting, I think.
Okay.
The whole story spans a decade, specifically October 10th, 2010, right up to October 10th, 2020.
Wow, a full decade.
And the two main characters, they meet up every single year, always on that exact date. What did you find looking at the sources that makes that structure so different?
Well, that annual meeting, that rhythm, it's really the core of it. You have Chitra, she starts out as an aspiring author,
Okay.
and Sudeep, who's this dropout but then becomes a millionaire.
Quite the contrast.
Huge contrast. And these yearly meetings, they become this space where they constantly explore, the life they live versus the life they aspire to.
Okay.
It's like this decade-long series of snapshots. It really highlights those small incremental changes in who they are, what they want.
That's fascinating. And that structure, those annual check-ins, it seems like Dubey's writing style really complements it. It's not your typical dramatic story.
No, not at all.
It's described as modern, emotionally smart, and stripped of pretension. It feels less about big events and more like an internal mirror. Quiet, but you feel it deeply. Can you expand on that? How does he achieve that quiet impact?
Yeah, that internal mirror idea. It's about how Dubey uses this, well, almost minimalist prose.
Yeah.
He focuses on the small internal shifts.
Right.
He doesn't spell out feelings. He shows them through subtle things, reactions, maybe just a line of dialogue, moments where they're just thinking. It leaves space for your own reflections.
So it connects personally.
Exactly. It creates this really unfiltered, almost raw emotional connection. That quietness isn't a lack of something, it's an invitation. It builds this reflective, kind of nostalgic feeling that feels very honest.
Hmm.
And that ties directly into the themes. Missed chances, waiting, growing up, and how your identity can sort of shift and blur over 10 years.
It's one thing for us to talk about it, but reader reactions really tell a story too. Goodreads ratings are consistently high, like 4.5 stars.
Yeah, pretty consistently up there.
What specific things stood out from what readers were saying? Any surprises?
Some really interesting bits. Lots of readers mention the exquisite quotes, especially near the beginning and then again in the last 20 pages or so.
Like bookends.
Kind of, yeah. One definite downside mentioned quite a bit was typos, particularly in Kindle editions.
Oh, okay. Good to know.
But the overwhelming feeling, readers described it as leaving a gentle ache, that it captures that feeling of incompleteness beautifully.
That gentle ache. That's evocative.
It really is.
Yeah.
And it stems from those yearly check-ins, seeing the small compromises, the longing for maybe what could have been, and maybe the most surprising thing, the way Benares, Varanasi, is portrayed.
The setting.
It was apparently so vivid, so strong, that readers said it actually made them want to go visit the city themselves.
Wow, that's powerful. So how does that line up with what the critics said? Did they pick up on similar things?
Pretty closely, actually. Dr. Sarah from Jot Down Media called it, and this connects to what you said earlier, not just a story. It's an emotional mirror, something that sticks with you, makes you reflect.
Okay.
And Books and Beard Review gave it 4 out of 5. They praised Dubey's magical storytelling, especially how he handles the unspoken stuff, the subtle emotions, the quiet love between Chitra and Sudeep.
That unspoken connection again.
Exactly. That, combined with the minimalist style, lets the reader kind of pour their own feelings into it.
Right, makes sense. But let's get that balanced view. We need the pros and cons. We've talked about the emotional depth, the relatable style, but some mention pacing issues, maybe in the middle.
Yeah, that did come up.
Does that, take away from it much, or does the emotional side carry it?
That's a really good point. And I think it depends on the reader, honestly.
Okay.
The strengths are definitely that emotional maturity, the depth, the prose that feels relatable but still makes you think. And the Benares setting is a huge plus for many.
Definitely.
But yes, some did find the middle sections a bit slow-paced, and those typos in some ebooks are a definite limitation. It's also noted This probably isn't for someone looking for, like, high literary fiction.
It's a different kind of book.
It is. It prioritizes that emotional truth, the internal journey, maybe over a really complex plot. So for some, the middle might drag, but for others, that's just part of its quiet, observational nature.
So, thinking about our listeners, if you're listening now and wondering, okay, is this book for me? Who would you say it's best suited for?
Well, if you're maybe new to contemporary Hindi fiction, it's a really accessible, thoughtful place to start.
Good point.
It's also great for readers who lean towards that reflective, kind of mature storytelling rather than, say, a big dramatic romance.
Right.
And, well, if you like stories that feel emotionally real, more character-focused than plot-driven, or if you're just intrigued by modern life and feelings set against that amazing Benares backdrop, then, yeah, October Junction is likely something you'd appreciate.
So, summing it up, it's maybe not your traditional bestseller in the loud sense,
No.
but it sounds like a really heartfelt, simple, but powerful look at love, who we are, and just how time passes. It connects, it lingers, makes you think afterwards, a quiet kind of impact.
Exactly. It definitely invites that introspection.
Yeah, what October Junction really seems to do is quietly nudge you towards self-reflection. Thinking about your own journey, those little moments, those junctions that